Welcome to another community chosen video, The Power of Focused Awareness. I'm Dede Powerniak, the Invincible CEO, and this is the Invincible CEO Wish Fulfilled Playground, where I help you make clear, concise, certain choices in the now moment so that you can manifest a life of your dreams. Manifesting is simple, easy, and fun. And what we do here is we put that fun back into the exploration of consciousness, of manifestation, of you as the operant power, the chooser, because all manifestation is a choice. That's why it's simple, easy, and fun. You just make a choice. But I'm going to teach you today how your focused awareness right now, because that's all you ever have, and now is the place where you get to choose again and rewrite the script in real time. It's instant revision, instant manifestation, because I always say the person with the highest awareness always wins. Now, on this YouTube channel, we have explored scripting your reality, creating your reality, knowing what your foundational assumptions are. I'm in a conspire for me universe. I'm the star of my show. I'm the operant power. My reality is filled with love and joy and wealth and abundance and so much fun. It's adventure, it's exploration, it's expansion. Anything that I choose, anything that I interact with must add on to me, like doing this video right here, right now. So I'm going to give you some examples of focused awareness where you may have had an experience, you may have seen someone else have the experience, or maybe you have heard or somehow became aware of some other way of a similar experience happening. And how information or this experience has come to me is because it's when I look back over other versions of me and what they've manifested, and how in the now moment, while life is happening, I was able to get exactly what I wanted, to the point where when it actually happened, it felt like it probably would have happened anyway, but I know that it didn't. And it happened twice to me yesterday. So that's why I was so excited, because what my mind does, it's always supporting my choices. So once I saw what the winning video was yesterday, of course, my day had to unfold on actual real life experiences to share with you here today. So we're going to talk about focused awareness. We're really going to take a deep dive into what it feels like and what's going on in the now moment. And then I'm going to share those experiences with you. And while you're listening, I want you to comment your aha moments in the comment section. I want you to share your experiences, because here's the really cool thing. I want to get you out of watching videos, because yes, watching videos is an experience. And if your goal was to manifest more videos to watch, congratulations, you are a powerful manifester. But what I really want for you, because I want to see you win, I want to see you win big, I want to see you win all the time, in the now moment. We have a 3-day challenge going on in our private group, and we're on day 2, but this challenge can be done at any time. And I'm actually going to share part of that challenge of what it's doing and how it's making the members in the group more aware in the now moment. And we had our day 1 wrap up last night. We're going to have day 2 today at 6 p.m. We're going to go live in the group, where the experience, those who are in it, what they're experiencing is mind-blowing of what it's already doing, adding some extra expansion. It's sort of like putting gasoline to the fire, and the fire's there and it's warm, but you add a little gasoline and it's like poof. And that's what focused awareness is going to do. So let's kind of break this down. But before I do, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. And in the description box, if you would like to join our 3-day balloon challenge, the link to join the group is there. If you're already in the group, all you got to do is go find the Focused Awareness Balloon Challenge in the group. And once you join in, I'm going to share all of that with you today. So buckle up, get a pen and paper, because here we go. But you're going to make a promise. You're going to like the video, and you're going to put at least one comment of how this moved you, how you felt an experience within yourself. All right, so let's dive in. What's awareness? What's focus? Think about, you know those scenarios. Maybe you've experienced one where somebody's, has someone they love, or even if they walk by a total stranger and they're trapped under a car or something heavy has just fallen down. And all of a sudden you get that adrenaline rush within yourself that you can run over to that car, lift the car up with one hand, pull the person out with the other. And maybe prior to all of that, you had a hard time lifting up a sack of potatoes or a case of water, right? And where did this strength come from? Where it's like you morphed into superhero mode. And that's kind of what this focused awareness is. It is a superpower. It's a superpower that you have right now, that you do not have to be the butt of the joke of 3D reality anymore. And the more focused and awareness you are ahead of time, right? Yes, we can wait for those moments to show up, but we're talking about putting focus, extra focused awareness now, because then your subconscious is already 3 to 7 seconds ahead of you. So as you're walking through time and space, and you already have amplified, it's like turning up the volume of your reality, you're walking into that already expanded, already amplified reality that would be so different. And that's what people in the group are already saying, that people are interacting with them differently than they normally do because they made a choice. They're all in with their choice. And they're bringing so much focused awareness to what it is that they've chosen. They're seeing their reality, even though initially when I suggested what they were going to do, they were like rolling their eyes like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to do that? So I know I got your interest here. Another example would be, let's say you are running a race and there's about 50 feet left until you cross over the finish line, and you are neck and neck, right? First and second place is going to be you and another person. What is it that you can do with focused awareness in that moment? Because maybe you're starting to feel tired or exhausted, or you're running out of energy, or your legs feel like they're going to buckle, right? There's always something going on. But what you can do with this power, with this superpower of focused awareness, is get so focused and aware in this now moment that all of a sudden you've amplified the moment and you've amplified the energy. And next thing you know, you just take off out of nowhere. And not only do you get first place, but by 5 seconds, which in the race world is huge. Do I got your interest? What would it be like for you right now if, as 3D circumstances are starting to shift, but it seems like you're going in the opposite direction, or for a long time, things have been the reality that you chose, and then all of a sudden this old echo shows up. I had that happen yesterday. An old echo showed up. And at the time, it was like, why is this happening? And then later on in the night, it was like, oh, but of course, because I have a video to do today and I needed an example. That's why, because I'm in a conspire for me universe. Okay, so focus is what you're doing right now. You might be looking at the screen, or you might be just listening. Both are focused, where there's so much that you could choose to do right now. If you wanted to write a paragraph, that's focus and awareness. You're aware of what you're doing, and you're so focused on it that it almost feels like the rest of the world is kind of melting away. And in that focused awareness, that's an active 0 point. We talk about 0 point here on the channel, where we just kind of sit and we passively breathe. So the activity is the breath, but the rest of the world is starting to kind of get softer and not as important. It happens when I'm in the gym and I'm about to lift really, really heavy, right? And I pick up those dumbbells and I'm about to do a chest press. And in that moment, I can't be thinking about what's for dinner, what I said to someone the other day. The only thing that I'm focused on is those heavy dumbbells sitting on my legs at that moment. And I'm usually sitting there going like this. And I have my eyes open and I'm looking in the mirror, because in my mind, I'm actively doing this set. If it's 3 reps, 5 reps, 7 reps, I'm already doing it. I'm pumping up the now moment. I'm getting so focused that the version of me that I'm about to become is actually doing it within myself first, right? I'm literally creating the imaginal act. I'm creating the outcome that I want. And usually when I have a set, especially a heavy set, I will give a range, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9. of how many reps I want to get. But of course, when I have that version of me within myself doing the act, they always get the highest rep and then +1 because my universe always gives me more than what I asked for. So that by the time I'm ready to lean back and push up those weights, it's already done. I've felt it. I felt the fulfillment. I felt the satisfaction of already doing it. So now, because 3D reality has a lag time in my world of 3 to 7 seconds behind, the moment that that imaginal act is done within me, boom, I'm ready to go, and up we go. And I relive what it is. It was like a coming attraction. It was a dress rehearsal of what was going to transpire, so that by the time I'm done and I drop the weights, that's why I always say in the Invincible CEO, it should be, but of course. But of course, I just did it in physical reality because I had done it in my imaginal act right beforehand. So why would I not get not only the same result, but if I'm going to get a different one, it's going to be better? Because I summoned that version of me ahead of time that I wanted to walk into. She had done it 3 to 7 seconds before me. When she was done, I went, it's like instructions. It was like a virtual reality instructor showing me what to do. And all I had to do was become her. Okay. So focused awareness means you got one job. And in that one job that you're doing, nothing else matters. And all the energy that you have gets put into that, because that's the portal that as you amplify that, everything else around you that energy touches will be laced with that energy. And it's really powerful in what that begins to reveal. So your focus and your awareness, and that it's like concentrated in that one thing. But even for me, if that one set is my victory, and I hold that energy during the course of the day. So let's say I'm about to get on a Zoom call with a potential client. And prior to me getting on that Zoom call, I sit here a few moments and relive in my mind that victory of that set that I satisfied and complete what I felt, and I can conjure that energy again. And now I'm about to go into a Zoom call and I put that on that. That's one variety. But I know what you want is when you're in it right here, right now. So I'm going to just give you sort of a recap of what we're doing in our 3-day focused awareness challenge. Okay, so as you can see right here, I have this beautiful balloon. And this balloon is in my hand. And I cannot tie the balloon to me. I can't anchor it to me or my clothes or anything like that. For one day, I got to walk around carrying this balloon in everything that I have to do, right? Getting dressed, eating, going to the bathroom, going to the store, whatever it is that's on my normal, regularly scheduled day. The only thing that's going to be different, because I have one job, is to carry around this balloon. Right? I can wrap it around my fingers, but I can't tie it to me. I can't tie it to my shirt. I can't anchor it in my belt buckle. I can't wrap it around and tie it on my waist. It's my one job. It's my one responsibility. And if during the course of my day, I let the balloon go, well, if I'm outside, it's gone, right? So that's why I suggest you get 1 to 3 balloons at the very start. But even if I'm in my house and I let this balloon go, I'm done for the day. I got to wait again to start in the morning. And there's special instructions with a guidebook in the group. So I'm not going to go into all of them here if you want to join this. Now, you're not necessarily doing it for 3 days, but it may take 3 days to get one full day. So that you might be thinking to yourself, well, how is me carrying a balloon around going to change anything? And it changes everything, because it brings you so focused and aware. Just imagine me right now if I had to change my shirt. I can't let the balloon go, but I still got to change my shirt. So something that I do on autopilot, right, which is led by the subconscious mind, now becomes very conscious, and every movement and every choice is amplified. It's ignited. And it may seem a little frustrating at first, but I get it done. And now I'm excited. They're satisfied and complete. There's a victory right there, right? Because initially, when I heard that I had to carry around this balloon, my mind offered echoes. And those echoes that your mind offered, how are you going to do that? There's no way you can go meet with clients holding a balloon today. How are you going to do your workout at the gym? And your mind will start to negotiate. Okay, well, let's see what will be the easiest day for me to do this challenge, or what will I take out of my normal routine? I can't go and lift weights at the gym. So how am I going to? I can. You can. I can lift weights at the gym. It'll be quite different. It can be done, right? But the mind's going to come in and try to talk you out of it. So your very first awareness when you do something, when you become super focused, is the mind will offer you reasons not to. And sometimes when you start to realize the reasons not to are so simple and easy that your mind doesn't seem like it's going to be a big task to talk you out of it, right? You want your mind to come at you hard and throwing in the kitchen sink like it's the end of the world, because then that means your mind knows that you're not easy to convince to quit. So I would be really concerned if it just came in with people are going to laugh at you, or what will people think? Because that's really important also, right? So first and foremost, you're going to get echoes coming in. And then your mind's going to try to talk you out of it. And once you decide, because this is a choice, right? There's two choices here: either carry the balloon or don't carry the balloon. And not carrying the balloon is your normal reality. And your normal reality has shown you, with that level of awareness, what it delivers. How simple will carrying a balloon around change your life forever? Well, stay tuned. Now, as I go about my day, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to make some food. I have to talk to clients. I have to, whatever it is that you're going to do, drive the car. So you don't eliminate anything, because wherever you are, your subconscious mind can deliver what you've asked for. And if you can't see it in your normal awareness, amplifying it by carrying this around and making this your total responsibility amplifies the now moment. Just like when you see someone in distress and you have to go over and lift up a car and pull them out from underneath. But we don't have to go to that extreme. We just got to go to a little bit more of an extreme than normal. So now let's say you have to go food shopping and your mind starts throwing in, well, are they going to think that you're stealing the balloon? Or how are you going to do all this? What are people going to say to you? What are they going to think? All of this stuff. But you do it anyway. You're being a rebel to the old non-carrying balloon you. You are now assuming the identity of the balloon carrier. And he or she gets a lot more results, because all of a sudden people who would not come up and talk to you start talking to you, and that could be your next client, or that could be your next opportunity, or that could be your SP. Do you see where we're going here with this? So the more that you change the now moment, because people are always saying to me, Dede, I did the imaginal act and then I have to go into 3D reality. How do I know I'm in my wish fulfilled? Well, this balloon represents your wish fulfilled. And we put an intention on this balloon. But that's more in the challenge. So I'm going to put this down because I'm not in the midst of this day for the balloon. I'm going to put that there for a second. Because now that you understand focused awareness is about amplifying what you're doing. You can do it in the now moment. We've given examples of, if you normally eat a sandwich in 2 minutes, take 15 and savor every bite. We've done focused awareness with breathing slower and being aware of the air coming in through our nose, going down our throat, expanding our chest cavity, right? Whatever it is that you do, you start to slow things down because you're more aware. And the more aware you are, the less on autopilot you are. Your subconscious mind knows that. And it's been sort of waiting for that level of awareness to be realized by you. Because think about it, this thing is pumping into you all day long and it's getting in the way. And you got to figure things out and take extra steps to do what you normally do. Boom, 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 boom. And that's exactly what it is. Because when you are the operant power, focused awareness, there's no rush. There's no emergency. You get to slow things down. And that's so powerful because then you start to feel yourself as the operant power. So let me give you an example of focused awareness. The first example yesterday. I was on my way home from the gym, and as I pulled in my driveway, I get a phone call from someone that I care very deeply about. And I'm going to leave them anonymous for the example. And I'm very excited to talk to this person. And it was really interesting because my phone hasn't rang. Like, I've gotten phone calls and they go right to voicemail. But for some reason, on this reality, the phone rang. So I'm like, oh, my phone rang. It's working again. Wonderful. And the last conversations I've had with this person has been very amazing. Life is expanding. Things are going really well. I care so deeply for this person. And imagine my surprise when I hear the voice right on the other end saying, I'm so upset. And they start crying. And I'm like, okay, right? So I'm concerned. What's going on? This isn't what I was expecting when I saw that it was this person and we're going to have a conversation. And they were talking about they're upset about they got an extension on taxes and they haven't done the paperwork and they got to do all that and they really don't want to do it. And that, they're going to owe money and they're crying. And I'm listening. And as I'm listening to this, of course, I start asking questions like, wait a minute. You haven't done the taxes yet. Yes, correct. And I can see that you're frustrated with yourself that you have a year of receipts and everything to have to put in some kind of order, right? Because that's not your natural thing that you do. But you don't even know that for sure that you owe taxes. You believe that you're going to, but you don't know for sure, and you're already crying over it. And I find this very interesting because the mind that says it's not real unless it's in front of you, it's not real unless you have the documentation of what it is, will also make you start crying over something that's a possibility. Like, it's playing two sides of the same coin. So we're crying over it not happening, but it demands that it has to happen in order for it to be real. So then you're crying over something. So this is going in my mind, right? And I'm hearing this person, and I'm trying to be sincere. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, that reality almost pulled me in, because those kind of conversations don't happen in my reality. People reach out to me and tell me glorious things of victories and wins. And the last time I talked to this person, they sold one of their products the first time for 15,000, and there's two others that are already made that can go for 15,000. So right away, I decide, as the operant power, step one, I'm going to change the narrative. So I said to this person, I said, tell me about, I don't have all the details about the thing that you sold. And, how much did you get for it? Because at the time I didn't know it was 15,000, but I knew it was going to be up there. And when they told me, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. Tell me about the person who purchased it and the other people involved and how did it go down? And they went back and talking about the taxes, because I realized that even though there's a version of them that sold the lamp that didn't do the taxes, then the equal and opposite choice is true. There's a version of them that did sell the lamp and did do the taxes. So now I'm the operant power. Who do I want to talk to? Which version? So since the version on the phone went back into crying, and I'm the operant power and I'm just sitting there in my parked car, I'm like, I'm going to conjure up the other version, the equal and opposite. So in my imagination, because all of this is in my imagination, I hear the other version expanding the story of the person who bought the item for 15,000 and the excitement about the next item selling very quickly and all the people. So as this person's on the phone, I now in my imagination, on my imaginary phone too, have the other person talking about all the wonderfulness of their life, not even mentioning taxes because they're already done and it's not an issue. And as I'm giving more focused awareness to this other version, I hear the person on the phone going, hello, are you paying attention to me? And I'm paying more attention now to this other version within me, because that version isn't my choice. It would, because I said to myself, as an operant power, if I get an opportunity to talk to this person, this is not the kind of conversation I would want to be having. So why am I giving my heightened focused awareness to it? Because not only will that heighten this, but it'll bring more of that into my reality with other people or even my own personal circumstances. And that I don't want that. So they're going, hello, hello, are you still there? And I'm in this conversation with the same exact person on a different reality, having the conversation I want to have because I'm showing my mind this is this version of this person. This is the kind of conversations I want to have. Not that. I don't have to argue with this person. I don't have to tell them to get their life together, knock this off. This is none of their, like, stop it. Because that version, that's all they ever do in all of eternity. I'm just choosing with my focused awareness to talk to this version that is winning big, is saying the words that I want to hear, not only because I want to hear it, because that's the kind of life and experience I want them to have. And while I'm giving more of my focused awareness now, because I can feel the very fact that the person on the phone is going, are you still there? Are you still there? They can feel me pulling my consciousness and awareness away from them into where I want it to be. And as I'm focusing more and more, I'm not saying a word out loud, but in my mind, I'm having the conversation as I would normally have with that person, same person. This person's like, all right, well, you know what? I got to go. And they hung up. And now, because I get the last word, it's important to get the final say, that last word in your focused awareness. After they hung up, I switched the phone to this hand and I said, thank you so much for sharing this. I love these stories. I want to hear more and more and more. I'm like on the edge of my seat. Keep me posted. We shared, goodbyes and until we speak again kind of thing. And then I ended that conversation. And that was the final say. So that's how, when 3D circumstances are showing up and you're realizing that's not your choice and that's not something you would ever choose going forward, you can switch immediately. Now, the second thing was that I had my 6 p.m. live to do, and my partner is like, I have to go meet so-and-so at the store. And after I meet them at the store, after the gym, I'm going to come back here and they're going to come back with me. And they want to go over, and this is going to be like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, why are they no, I don't want that. Right. So I don't say that to them. I'm like, okay, go to the gym, have fun, go do your thing. I have my stuff to do here. And once we had an amazing live, and it was just like so much focused awareness and adding so much beautiful energy. And now I'm going to go make dinner. I'm going to go downstairs, but I've worked all day. The last thing I want to do is be entertaining anybody other than my partner when they come home. So as I'm making dinner for both of us, and I'm going, all right, I'm the operant power. What kind of conversation do I want to have with my partner when he walks in the door? And the conversation was, oh, your dinner's ready, because I made salads last night. I said, your dinner's ready. Great to have you home. And I made some kind of joke about the animals doing something, because they're always doing something. They have such amazing personalities. And that was it. It wasn't so-and-so didn't come with you. It wasn't where's so-and-so. And as I'm sitting there eating my salad, unwinding from my day, I'm really enjoying the peace and quiet of being the only person in the house with the animals. And so looking forward to spending quality time with my partner, because even though we both work from home, we hardly see each other all day long. And just chilling and relaxing and being silly, going over our day, what an amazing day it's been. And I felt the satisfaction and completeness of it before it ever happened. So now I'm doing the coming attractions. This is what I expect my conversation to be when it happens, because I did not want anyone else in this house. So I'm not sitting there going, you're banned from my house. You don't come in because then that's still focusing on the thing I don't want. Kicking the person out or not letting them in or tolerating them being there is still not what I wanted. So I focused my awareness ahead of time on enjoying my dinner, on a really great day of interactions, of just the joy of what it's going to be like when my partner comes home and we're going to spend some time together and sit and talk and be silly. And guess what, friends? That's exactly what happened. So you can do it ahead of time. And that's one of my favorite techniques is what's our conversation going to be? But not only what's the conversation going to be, how is that conversation going to feel? And while I was contemplating the conversation, I was feeling the fulfillment of peace and quiet and just the two of us and the animals. And that had to unfold because I'm the boss. And after he came home and we had our night, and he said it was the oddest thing that all of a sudden, out of the blue, for no reason whatsoever, the person didn't want to come. Like, I'm just going to go home. But of course, because that's the reality that I chose. So your focused awareness is how you amplify, it's how you expand, it's how you explode the now moment while it's happening. Or when you know that you have time and space between where you are now and it's actually happening, you can set it up both ways. But you have to be zeroed, right? You have to let go. Notice in my second example that I wasn't focusing on keeping the person away, keeping them out, right? It was just, I was focusing on the evening that I would have had anyway, had that information not been given to me. And now in that satisfied and completeness, it was so simple to do. So simple. So focused awareness is your superpower. And if you really, again, want to learn how to amplify it, go into the description box. It's not too late to join our challenge. We will be live again tonight and tomorrow night in the group. But this is an ongoing challenge that regardless of what time and what date you come into the group, you can do it at any time because the guidebook's there, the videos will be there for you to enjoy the experience. Because what good is all these videos if you are not taking yourself into the experience and giving, you want results? Go do the challenge and see what comes in mentally, see what comes in experientially. We had one of our participants saying yesterday that her husband was acting so much differently later in the evening. I think she's about 5 hours ahead of us because of the fact that she's carrying this balloon around. And he wants to know what it's all about and what's the excitement and what's the big thing, the big reveal kind of thing. And that's how you know you're in a different reality, because had you not had the balloon, he would not be asking those questions and behaving that way because you changed your state of being because you're now more focused aware. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing the channel. We do things so differently here. I'm so thrilled that you vote. Thank you for all the voting friends. This is actually part 1 of 3. So part 2 will be expanded tomorrow in our live session here at 4 p.m. on the channel. And then, of course, on Thursday night, we always do the part 3 in the group in a private Zoom session. So if you really want to expand your focused awareness in the now, not only the video on the channel, the challenge, but also the videos in the group will help you do exactly that, because I want to see you win big, win all the time. And your focused awareness is a superpower to get exactly what you want, instant manifestation in the now moment. Until I see you again, happy manifesting and enjoy.